All right, before I get into this video, you gotta do a little name that tune just for fun. 80s song. It was featured in a very popular movie from the 80s. And I'm gonna do a little part. You might, I'm trying to pick a harder part of the song because every other part's easy. So I'm gonna start off, little beatbox, and then I'm gonna pause to let you think. Did I get it as soon as he did it, or do I need the second hint? Because I'm gonna give you a second hint. All right, here's the first one. Okay, think about it. 80s song. It was popular. If it came on the radio today, you'd probably listen to it. I think, if you like 80s old, if you were a generation of from the 80s, love that kind of music. Very popular movie. It was featured in. So if you know it, you would have already written it by now. So now I'm going to give you part two, or the second part, just to make it easier, in case you're struggling. For those of you who are struggling. Come on. If you don't know that one by now, you'll never know it. Because if you don't know that one, and you can't say, oh, well, you're terrible singing, I don't know. My beatbox, sound machine throat does pretty good. All right? You should know that song. If you were watching 80s movies, the good ones, like the ones that everybody knows, I might as well go ahead and tell you the movie now. You have plenty of time to write it down in the comment section. The Karate Kid, the first one. Daniel LaRusso. I think it was when the song was playing when he was at the Halloween party thing, and he's running from the bad guys. Ultimately he runs from them, but before that, I think he's hanging out with his little girlfriend or whatever, and that song's playing. Bananarama, Cruel Summer. Strange voices inside my head. What do they say? They say, we just got quoted $20,000 for a shipping container. We usually pay $3,000, says Dave Lawrence on Twitter. So I just clicked on it and said, well, what does that mean? What does it mean? There's nothing on the screen to play us out. What does it mean? To end the show? Yeah. In 3, 2, 1. I'm Bill O'Reilly, and that's it for today and tomorrow. So, what that means is companies buy goods from China, okay? In this particular case, China, since they supply the world with everything. And again, I'm getting little hints of John Teeter time traveler stuff. Someone posted something today. Actually, I retweeted it, and they said, "Oh wow, now they're going to try to federalize the police. The Democrats are going to try to federalize the police." Uh-oh. That's something specifically John Teeter said was going to happen. Not good. He also talked about, hey, where do bike tires and inner tubes come from? John Teeter asked. Nobody really replied. He goes, well, basically China, and you're going to find out. Now, of course, his initial thing was, you'll find out in 2008. But, again, there's people, myself included, who, would you really give out a date if you really knew this stuff was going to come? So it's like, okay. He's trying to say everything comes from China, and there's going to be a problem with China, therefore you're not going to get your bike tires and inner tubes for bicycles. And it was important to have bikes in the future due to this big war that was coming. Again, if you believe him, Civil War, what was the Civil War over? A problem with the elections. Oh? Yeah, the he/she president is what he said. He/she was more concerned with keeping the status quo going than anything else. And I just thought I'd ask real quick, does the he/she VP, she, president, he, right now, do they appear to be worried about you and I or anything else other than the old status quo? Hunter Biden selling his awesome paintings for like $500,000 a piece. You know, he's a great painter, I'm sure. He's an amazing painter. That one guy, what was his name? Steve or something? I think he was just splashed. I don't know. He was old school 70s, I think. What's that guy's name? Anyways, that guy, he's got nothing on Hunter Biden. So anyways, we just got quoted $20,000 for a shipping container. We usually pay $3,000. So what that means, from what I've understood, and I'll read you one comment here because this is interesting. Containers carry food to most everyone in the world. Poorer countries can't pay the cost of shipping in food to their already starving populations. Now that's interesting because I just saw someone posted on my Telegram a little video clip of a lady in London. I think she's down there at the protests, and this Indian guy, when I say Indian, I mean from India, is there. He says I'm an activist, and he claims, again it's just a claim, can't prove anything, but he claims there is a starvation campaign active, and I'll just leave it at that. He says a little more, but for all intents and purposes, that's just whatever that means. And he gave some examples where they've already done it and how they do it. So I find this very interesting. This was posted actually 2 days ago, but I'm seeing it today. That they're getting quoted $20,000 for a shipping container when they normally pay $3,000. So if I'm buying goods and stuff, or I'm a big company and I've got these deals with companies in China, and you guys are going to ship me all of the, I don't know, security cameras. I got a, 50,000 security camera order coming. Or maybe 10,000, whatever. There's a fee also on the shipping container. You don't just get those, because when they send the shipping containers over here, they get left here. And remember, people, I'm going to make a tiny home, shipping container, tiny homes. Remember that thing? And believe me, my old boss actually made one for fun. I don't know if he still has it, or completed it, but I don't know if it was a 40-foot or 20-foot, but nonetheless, he paid a couple, $2-3 for it. I think it was like $2,000 he paid for it. Maybe a 20-footer. That was a few years ago. So this guy says we usually pay $3,000 now. So in other words, you can buy a container for $3,000. They're now selling for $20,000. So if they're selling for that much, the goods inside of there, you're paying for those, plus the container cost is not going to be cheap. So with this one guy, the other guy commented about the carrying food, well, you got the food cost plus the container cost now. And this other guy says, shortage of containers as they're sat on anchored ships waiting to be unloaded at ports. Longshoremen are short hands and CDLs are 60,000 shy just to catch up. If it manages to get on a trailer, it sits at a distribution center as there aren't enough warehousemen to process. Now that's this guy, Matt. That's an interesting comment Matt is making, because the Indian guy I told you about made mention that he says, according to his information, there's no shortage of drivers or operators or anything. He goes, that's what they keep telling people. Oh, that's why we're having a problem. We don't have enough drivers. People don't want to work because they're at home collecting unemployment now. So people quit driving. He goes, not too sure about that one. Was kind of his comment. So Matt, who says exactly verbatim what this guy said that everyone's told by the media and government and whatever, he's literally saying probably what he heard on TV somewhere. Matt most likely is. So he has 10 replies. Well, let me see. Check this out. A 40-foot container, although he put 40-inch, meant foot. 40-foot container with solar panels from China used to be less than $2,000. got a quote this week for 10 containers at 11,000 each. What do we do? Wait for a lower price or bite the bullet? This is another guy. So I want to click on this guy to see if he can. I want to see the comments. The guy that said, "Oh, it's the manpower that's shortage." Not according to the Indian guy. He says it's part of their textbook plan. He says again, demand is really high and supply of empty containers is really low. It doesn't say how. I'm just seeing if anyone else caught on to the Indian guy by chance. But you remember Penny Kelly not too long ago, and recently keeps kind of reiterating about she got to set her garden up. People should be setting up a garden. She sees food problems happening in her little look-sees that she does. And that old chestnut. I drove by. I think I might have mentioned this. I don't know. Maybe I didn't. I bought a Honda side-by-side, a 2020, I guess. I bought it last year, I think. Right? Or was it early this year? Let me think about this because no, it had to be last year. Yeah, it was last year because COVID started. Yeah, it was earlier last year, and I go, when I get out to New Mexico and I'm doing my thing, like, I don't have a side-by-side at the moment, and at the time I had a couple of kind of junky four-wheelers, and I'm like, I need a side-by-side, if I'm going out there seeking that seat, more than 3 people, just in case, we have more than 3. Usually it's me, JC, and Dave, but you never know. But, so I got one that seats 5, and the back seat folds down, and it becomes a bed, so it's kind of small, compact. I like it. It's a limited edition model. I bought that last year because I said, I was looking around at the time and I'm going, there's not a lot of, there used to be quite a few of these to pick from. And almost nobody has the LE model at all. So I'm like, something's telling me to go over to this place. It's called Extreme Power Sports in Tampa. So I'll go over there and I'm like, oh my God, they have one. They didn't list it as an LE or limited edition, but they actually have one. Limited edition has the skid plates, the winch, like it has everything. It's a little taller, sits off the ground, bigger tires. Like it had a windshield, it had a roof already on it. Like, oh man, I'm like, I don't want to have to do anything. Oh my God, it's got a nice stereo system on it too, up on the top. I'm like, man, how much you want for this thing? I'll be right back. I'm going to the bank right now. So I went and got a certified check. That was over a year ago. But I saw then there's a problem with supply and stuff. And I said, again, real or manufactured problem. Doesn't matter. There's a problem. And I'm like, huh. And at the same time, I go, I'm going to need another freaking enclosed trailer. I used to have one I got rid of back in the day. I'm like, I think I need an enclosed trailer, man. So I got a 16-foot V-nose. Same story. If no one's got them, no one's got them. We're 2 months behind. Like, man. And there's another trailer place out in Zephyr Hills. I bought a small aluminum trailer from a few years ago, a little 12-footer, real lightweight, only weighs like 600 pounds, single axle, and they had plenty of stock. I was out in the area recently, driving right by there, and I go, I remember that place. And I look over there, and I'm like, where's all the trailers? Like they had a few dump bed, big boy, things. I'm like, where's the other trailers? Oh my God, where's the enclosed trailers? Where's any of these trailers? There was so little on that lot. I almost couldn't believe what I was seeing. But that Extreme Power Sports store I bought the Honda from. I went by there the other day. I saw I don't even know if I saw any outdoor type motorcycle vehicles. ATVs, side-by-sides, any of it. And a side-by-side, some of them call them UTVs or utility vehicles or whatever, but some side-by-sides are not really a utility. They're for hauling ass and having fun. Mine actually is a utility because I don't care about having the haul ass fun one. I need utility when I'm out in the mountains. I don't need to be hauling ass around all over the place. I just want something that's got a dump bed and just stuff in case I need it. And it's just more handy around the house here too. I can use it to dead branches fall, put it in the back, bring it over to a little burn pile over here in Florida. So there is a problem everywhere And that company has Honda and Polaris, and I think what's the Canadian one? Can-Am. And again, I went by there and there's like nothing in stock. They always have them outside, so when you drive by, you go look at them. Oh, how cool! Look at those cool vehicles. Obviously, they've got little jabroni motorcycles now. That's it, and most of it looked like it was street motorcycles. So I'm like, man, they still haven't caught up. There's another company called CF Moto that's kind of a competitor to those. It's really, really Chinese-made stuff, but they allegedly have gotten a lot better over the years, make a much better product. They don't have quite the power that like Polaris or Can-Am has for like the same sizes, but nonetheless, like they come fully equipped, winch and like stuff. It's like, man, it's not bad, and they're a lot cheaper. But it's not exactly the same as say a Polaris. But nonetheless, there's a place nearby here that sells those, and that's the only kind of stuff they sell, I think, and maybe Tracker. And they only have like the low-end jabroni model in stock, and then usually it's gone. So I'm like, what about the other one, the one that's higher than the next one up? It's an 800, I think, as opposed to a 600, and it has the secondary seat in the back already there. The price is right, so I just was inquiring, just curious about it. And he's like, yeah, we just sold the last one we had. This was a couple months ago. And I'm like, all right, well, can you put my name? Like, he goes, yeah, I got a waiting list. Like, I'll put you right on there. And I'm like, that's the exact model. The one you just got rid of, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Price is right, maybe it's not a Polaris, doesn't have enough power or as much power as a Polaris, but whatever. So I'm like, okay. And I haven't gotten a call yet in 2 months. And I do check online every now and then. They typically post in Craigslist, actually. And it's that model's never there. Never. And he said then, yeah, it takes a while to get them. There's, the shortage. There's a shortage in everything. Because everything comes from China. And if China wants to do anything to us, or the world, containers are now $11,000 instead of $2,000. Oh, we got guys sitting in these containers in the ocean just sitting there. Because we feel like it. I mean, they could do that if they want to. So, it's been a long time since I've really come out and said, guys, gotta have your food storage, your precious metals, your guns and bullets, to protect yourself from your house. But now might be one of those times. Okay? Specifically the food side of things. You can get a lot of tuna fish. You can tuna piano, but you can't tuna fish. You can get a lot of tuna fish cheap. You can even go right on Amazon, which I'll do real quick. Just it's been a while since I've done something like this, but we did it, even though we already had food, like storage. And I said, no, we need more. No, we still need more. No, we still need more. Tuna fish in bulk. See what we got. Got some Star-Kissed Bumblebee tuna. Got some Star-Kissed Bumblebee solid white albacore tuna in white. In water, canned tuna fish, high protein food, wild caught, gluten free. Each count of 3 ounce. And it says 3 ounce at pack of 24 for $30, $31. And you can get 15% off if you have a subscription order where you buy it like every month or 2 months. You don't need that, obviously. You're not going to eat that much. But they do have it in stock. There's also a 5 ounce pack of 48 for $39. Star-Kissed chunk light tuna in water, 5 ounce. Now, this one doesn't say wild caught, whatever, But again, beggars can't be choosy, my friends. Yeah, you can get a 5 ounce pack of 24 for $33 or a 48 pack for $39. You kidding? Go with the $39 pack. Are you kidding me? And they have a pack of 8 5 ounce cans, wild caught, $12.99. So that's something that lasts a long time. Many of these have the can top. You just peel it off. Boop, done. And that's tuna. But maybe you want some soup. And honestly, if you want that kind of stuff, even this, and you got a Costco nearby, you might want to head over there, because you got to remember something. When everybody else figures this out, that's when you can't get it. And my friend Frank at work, old Frank at work, he used to tell me, I used to use this example because he's a good example. He goes, oh, my wife, when she's at work and I'm at work, I basically told her, if I ever call you and give you the code word, you stop what you're doing, you leave the office, and you get right to the store and you buy this, 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 and this. And I said, Frank, whatever it is that triggers you to make that decision, to call her and say the magic word, means something had just happened, right? He goes, yeah. So do you think it's possible that other people would have seen that something that just happened and have the same kind of thought you might have had? Probably should get to the store and get some of this stuff. So don't be the person who does that. Wait for the event, which is what everybody does. We're all reactionary. Wait for the event and then go and do something about it. You're waiting too long. Okay? You're waiting too long. You need to do it now. So you buy stuff that lasts now. You can get canned goods, soups, tuna fish, other stuff at Costco or Sam's Club. We use Costco typically, but regardless, go for it. You can buy in bulk. You don't have to do it online. But again, if you want to, Amazon price is right. I mean, $39. $39. Where was that at? Starkist Chunk Light Tuna and Water, 5-ounce can. So it's bigger than the 3-ounce cans that I told you about earlier. Pack of 48. $39. If you're licking your crypto profits, as we say, right? And you're buying things, this might be one of those things you want to buy. Even if this issue is going to be temporary, it appears there's an issue. And if you have an issue, here's a tissue. And that tissue ain't going to help you. Tissue ain't going to get you some food in your stomach. They even got bigger ones. Bumblebee Solid White Albacore Tuna in Water, 12-ounce can for $4. And it's on Amazon Fresh. Free 2-hour delivery on orders over $35. Okay, buy a bunch of those. Those are 12-ounce cans. Most of this is like free 1 day, at least where I'm at, one day, 2 day delivery, for, if you're a Prime member. And these aren't exactly bad prices as far as I'm concerned, but maybe it's even better on Costco. I don't know. But to have stuff like this shipped right to you, where you don't have to carry it, I mean, this is fantastic. Bulk soup. Beef and vegetable, roasted chicken. What do we got here? Campbell's. Amy soup. You know Amy's. Amy, what you gonna do? I think I want some of your soup for a while, maybe longer. But Campbell's 10.5-ounce pack of 12, $17. Amy's, a little more, 14.4 ounces pack of 12, $29. And hers are vegan, gluten-free, organic kale, quinoa, and red lentil. Now, that might be for you, but that ain't for me. I need something else. What else we got? Amy soup, vegan, gluten-free, organic lentil. What else? Doesn't say what it is though. Because it looks like it got other stuff in it, but that's all it says. Wolfgang Puck. Maybe you want to be an OG. Use some of that crypto profit. 14.5-ounce pack of 12, $34. Organic hearty garden vegetable soup. Wolfgang Puck. What else we got? Campbell's hearty Italian style wedding, which has meatballs and spinach and other things. It looks like 18.6-ounce can, pack of 12, $27. Get it tomorrow, June 28th. Free Prime delivery, July 1st for another one. Like, this should be no issue. Soup lasts a very long time, and you get different ones. Get you some of the meatball soup, get some of the vegetable soup. Here's Campbell's Chunky Soup, which has a pot roast. 18.8 ounce can. $15, pack of 12. Like, I got a sneaky suspicion, like the... Oh, and here's one that you might like. Campbell's Chunky Chipotle Chicken and corn chowder. Oh, does Jason Ip like some corn chowder? Corn chowder. Corn chowder. Oh, I'm spitting. I just spit all over my screen. 18.8 ounce, pack of 12. $18. $18.40. Free 1-day delivery. I think I'm going to actually buy... I don't have any of those. That looks good to me. I'm gonna buy a few of these. Subscribe and save. No, I don't need to subscribe. Save 5%. I'm not going to subscribe. Because I'm on a one-time big purchase. I'm going to buy several of these if I can. It says I can get it by tomorrow. Now they have chicken corn chowder, potato ham chowder, Manhattan clam chowder, New England clam chowder, and Chipotle chicken and corn chowder. I kind of like it. So I'm going to go buy some. Take care.